So I faded it at 1.5 minutes so you knew about how long that would be.
Yeah.
So that,
Did you fade it down or did it end like that?
oh. The song is going on further, but they'll be fading it.
Oh, okay.
They'll fade it at 1.5 minutes.
Okay.
As long as they're watching it.
Right.
See, the song actually is like 3 minutes. So you're not going to actually deal with that ending. But I wanted you to know about how long 1.5 minutes feels like, so you kind of know. So that was pretty quick, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And if you're on a bigger floor, right, you'll feel like you go around the floor just maybe a couple of times.
To do three things. I don't even know.
I did 3 things, but I repeated some of them. I mean, it kind of depends on where you're on the floor. You sort of have to kind of figure out what to do.
Right. And it's okay to repeat because they're not going to be watching you the whole time. So,
like you can't do 2 open boxes in a row. And it doesn't.
Right, and they're not going to say, "Oh, they just didn't they do that step before?" They just go, "Are they on time? How's their posture? How's their footwork?" You know. So it really isn't about what patterns that you do. It's whether you look good at whatever you're doing, and whether you look confident or you look like you're struggling, or right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So 1.5 minutes is not too bad, right?
That's not bad.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to do that one more time?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. I'll start it at the beginning again too. Waltz out there too. So that's 1.5 minutes right there.
I was wondering, like, you didn't fade out. I kept saying, try and keep me up by now.
No, I know. I didn't know if you wanted me to fade it or not, so I just thought I'll just tell you.
What happened?
I think you were going to do the passing one where you let go, right? And you didn't let go? Yeah. But you got right back into it, and that's an important thing because that could happen.
Yeah, you mess up, just recover.
And that's practicing that is just as important as anything because everybody, right?
If they blink or look at the run.
Especially if you kind of get back in quickly, it's likely that they could totally miss it. Even if you're right in front of a judge, a lot of times, and this is good to know too, if you're dancing right in front of me, I can only see you for so long, and then you're right, and then they tend to look around you because it's easier to see from a distance. Because when you're too close, it's almost hard to tell what's going on. So not necessarily just because you're close to one of the judges does it mean that they're even paying attention to that. But the sooner that you could just let that go and get back into it, the better. Yeah. So a couple of things. So I can tell that you're keeping your feet closer to the floor now. So that's good. I'm going to do something, and I want to see if you notice something that I'm doing as I'm dancing. So you're watching kind of me as doing your part. Almost ran you down that time. Could you tell what I was doing? Now, And you might not be able to see it, but now I'm going to do something different and see if you feel. Can you tell a difference?
I could tell the difference.
Yeah. I mean, you could tell if something
Your
felt
frame
different.
was
Could you tell
more-
what it was?
Your frame was better, or more, I felt more like I was in a frame.
Uh-huh.
What else did I feel? I don't remember.
Well, so here, I'm just going to, without even moving, so here I am, and that's why you felt the frame here.
You moved your head.
My head should be to the left more.
You see how I'm more in this space? Now do you see I'm more, kind of more in your space, so as I'm dancing? You see how kind of we're in the same space now?
Right, the weight kind
You felt it through the frame, but it was,
Yeah,
yeah, because we weren't counterbalanced, because I was dancing over here, because that's where you are, obviously, so it's easy to feel like I kind of come over here and join you, but the more I can keep myself here and let you be over there.
Yeah. That's right away feels better.
So here's your space right here, and it's so easy because she's over here. It's almost like magnetic. She's got that magnetic attraction and drawing you in, but you want to stay in your space so that you don't crowd her over there, so we can clearly see you in your space. Yeah, and also
Should around me so far.
Should it be
it's
more
like that, right?
That'd be Okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Okay, my arm isn't wrong. Was wrong.
And then make sure that you're actually standing on this side of her. So your spine, do you see how your spine, like I can see your buttons right here. So they're not over here behind her, right? So that your right side and her right side are more in front of each other instead of your spines. So keep looking out this way. So as you're turning to the left, make sure that you adjust your eyes. This one you're turning to the left, right, excuse me. And then adjust your eyes to the left. Keep looking around to the left. That's better. Yeah.
I still feel like when I do that, I get stiff neck, like I got a neck brace on. Because I'm so intent on trying to keep.
Yeah, and so if this drops down, also, do you see how that tips me? So making sure that that right arm, and I think you definitely are getting more flexibility in that right arm as you just do it over and over. Because I think before it was like,
Yeah.
right now you're
better.
it's feeling, and again, because I've been doing it a long time, I can fill out the whole arm here.
Yeah.
But if I come down this way, everything starts to tip towards you. Yeah.
You should feel kind of relaxed. I mean, like I do this and I feel totally relaxed.
Yeah, I know. That's what. Let me work on feeling relaxed. But
Yeah.
yet keeping my head in the right spot here.
Well, now that time you lost one of your steps, I think, because you were, you didn't get all the way around on the outside of her.
I didn't know what
Yeah.
to do with my feet.
Because it feels like a different spot for you, because you're like over here and wait, it feels. So there are some places that you can kind of do you see how I have a shape this way without leaning that way, right? So if I want her to step on the outside of my foot, I do this a little bit to tell her. Here I would be asking her to step right at me. Here I say, go to the outside of my foot. But then I have to come back over here instead of getting over there, and then the rest of the time I'm just stuck in that position. So the place where you do tell her to go to the outside, so if I do the open left turn on this, I'm definitely on the left side. I do the twinkle, and right here, I'm coming over here. Now, if I just stop you there, I'm asking you to go on the outside. If I did this,
I wouldn't know where to go.
but if I go, like, I'm telling you, go over on the
that way.
outside,
Yeah.
but I want to do it without dropping my arm. And then after you go on the outside, I have to come back over here again. So when I do that twinkle, and I'm asking you go on the outside, and then I come back. Yeah. So I do use that occasionally to indicate to the lady to go out on the outside of my feet, But it's just an indication, and then I have to come back out to that counterbalance position again. So to the left, twinkle. Now you're going to indicate here, yes. Now come back out to the left. Yeah. But now, right there on the open left, you're a little bit to the right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Funny step to it.
Yep. But do you see how you did this here? That was good, right? Because then that's telling her to stay on the outside.
That's good. I kind of get her a little.
Funny step.
Yeah, and I think once you got her here and then you came out and you go to the open left turn, it's easy to kind of... I can see you're holding yourself, actually. I mean, you had good posture already, but you're holding yourself here more, just as you got into your dance position. This is, yeah.
Is that good or bad?
Yeah, good.
Oh,
in a good way. In a good way.
Ready?
Nice. So indicate to the outside. Now back to the left, to the left. Counterbalance it to the left. Outside, that's it. To the left. Yeah. Keep your eyes turning to the left. That's it. Turn to the left, turn your eyes to the left. Yeah, and let me just tell you what I'm saying about that is when you do the open left turn, you're rotating towards like my left hand here. So my eyes would keep looking around that way. When I do the twinkle and the open right turn, now I'm turning towards my right hand and my eyes are looking to the right but not too far. And then I come back out here again, and I have to make sure my eyes look around to the left of the room again.
Okay, so your eyes are anticipating the direction you're going to go.
Yes. And I'm always looking to keep the posture good. I'm always, and this is a good tip for competing when you're doing the ballroom dances especially, that you look out. So if this is my space to dance on, I'm going to look out as far as I can. Right here, there isn't too far I can go because the wall's there.
Yeah.
But you want to look all the way past where the people are sitting, kind of out as far as you can so you're projecting there instead of projecting.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm going to look out all the way, out as far as I can, and out.
Okay.
You see, to get that nice.
Yeah. But I feel like I'm just staring into space without looking at anything. I'm just more cerebral. Just thinking about what I'm going to do, and I'm really not looking anywhere. I'm just blank staring.
Yeah, so if your body will follow where your eyes go. So, I mean, it won't go up there, I guess, but, but it will go down like this if you look down. But if I'm turning to the left, but my eyes are looking to the right, do you see how? So my eyes need to keep looking in the direction my rotation is.
Okay, let's do it very slowly, more focusing on trying to do that right, okay?
So here's the left turn, so you keep looking to the left in front of the left side of your body. So keep looking around the room to the left, yes, very good. And now you're going to start looking to the right, looking to the right. And now you're going to look to the left again. Look to the left. Look to the left. Keep looking around to the left. That's it. Yeah, that was good.
But yeah, I see the concept is great. You just have to do it.
Right.
Maybe we could practice the whole routine.
Yeah, let's put the music on and we'll try to do the whole thing.
And are we going to have you're just going to ad-lib it?
Yeah, and you're doing better as far as not turning your head, what we were talking about last, too early to the,
Okay.
So, yeah, I think, you have your 3 different sections that you're doing, and just allow you to do that when it feels comfortable in the
I don't
space.
think you can say, let's do this exact
Okay,
order.
all right.
Then
I mean, you could do that, say, let's do this one first, this one
Yeah.
second, this one third. He's pretty good at putting them together.
I'm okay with
Because
you.
I think if we do that, we're going to
Like-
mess ourselves up more. Oh, did I do the right order? You know, if you just say we know these 3 steps, we're going to do them whenever it feels right.
Right.
I think we're better off.
And it depends, like, I think for you, that's the best thing. For like when they were doing their cha-cha, it's good to have an exact order because for the dances that don't travel around the
Right,
floor, it's especially good to have an order.
Right.
But when you're traveling around and you might need to maneuver around other people, but you can only do this step next and somebody's in your way.
Yeah.
Even though sometimes people still have to have, they just have to do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But I think you're good at,
Generally speaking, I'm going to start with the open box, and I might do 2 of them in a row. Then I want to go to the back-to-back, and then we do the pass. Yeah, that's the rough order.
Yeah.
But I might do one of them twice.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if we're in the wrong position on the floor and we need to navigate.
Okay.
okay? I thought that was my thing playing. Okay, here we go. Up. Now, that time when you did the twinkle, you want to keep looking this way until you come around. You changed your look to the right a little bit too early. You did this, and then you were already looking over that way, and she didn't get out and promenade. You kind of cut her off. That was looking good, though. Frame posture is looking good. Okay. You want me to fade it at 1.5 minutes too? Okay. Up. Start back at the beginning. Nice. Okay, I was actually a little bit over because I started watching you there. Yeah, it was 1:45.
Something happened.
Yeah.
And I suddenly, the downbeat.
You
was
were out of
gone.
time, yeah.
And I couldn't,
then I got
and I just
confused on
felt
the
very
step.
uncomfortable.
You know what you did is that you actually, there's a pattern called a weave that you add it in there, but it changes your rhythm to a different thing. And so that was after you did.
I thought I was just doing this with some extra twinkles. But
Yeah, when you did the twinkle, and she came around here. Here, you know how you have these 3 steps right here and then the 1? Well, when she came around, so if I just have you do this part again, where you step on the outside of my foot, when she came around here, you did 1 and then you went back towards
got
her or
off
something,
that,
yeah. I think that's what you did.
the middle slip, and I got confused with that. I just improvised something.
Yeah, you did a weave. Now, and if you can get yourself back on, if you notice you're not, I can see you trying to work your way back onto the beat. So if you find yourself that you get off, if you can, find that beat again, that's great. If you can get it back on.
You could also just do a hesitation step too.
Yes, you could.
That could work.
You could.
That would work.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do that next time we get.
That was the first time that's happened, though.
Yeah, usually we're right.
I'll watch and see if I can catch where that actually happened. I looked down to look at, then I looked back up and you were out of time. I guess I could see it on the video, but.
We knew you took your eyes off.
I know. For 1 second, and you guys are. Oh, forgot I turned the volume.
This is easy to start.
Find your way back on. There you go. That was it. You didn't do the 3 steps on the outside. But so you know how I said find your way back on and you kind of just stop for a second?
Right, yeah.
So sometimes that's the best way. You're offbeat, stop for a second, and it takes you like 1 second to find your way back on. And that's way better than dancing the rest of the song, we're off time.
Yeah.
Because then they know, at least we know that you're off time, where most of the time people don't realize they're even off time and they don't even have a concept of that. But if I see somebody stop, get back on dime, actually that's impressive, because then I do know you understand what you're supposed to be doing. So you did you were doing this one this time. And when you came out of it, instead of doing the 3 steps on the outside, 1 goes back in line, you did. So you're doing the twinkle here. You did 1, 2, and say I'm already back on the inside. You didn't take the 3 steps on the outside ever, right? And so that has the same ending too, as if you do this one where you come out 3 steps on the outside, then you step back in on the 1.
Right.
It's that same spot. So there's 2 places that you have to do that same thing where it's easy to get off time. Do you know where I'm talking about? Yeah. Yep. Okay, one more time. That's okay, because it's good to do that now, because then you know what's going on and how to fix it. And like I said, if you find yourself off time, you can do a hesitation, or you can just do a quick stop like you did. That worked out good, because then it was less time getting back on. I picked it up and it faded. What happened?
Oh, you did it too soon?
Yeah, that was 1:16. So about 15 seconds off. I picked it up and it stopped. Picked it up to check and see how close we were. That was a good one though, right? And I like how over here you were able to just keep that rotating around till you got back into the direction you needed to go.
You did too.
I kind of improvised a little bit.
Yeah, but you stayed on, you still did your pattern. You know what I think it is that I have to take it out of the case to plug this in, and it messes with the buttons. So let me take it completely out.
That was the time when we got kind of screwed up. You started going like, sometimes he goes like this, but he says, but not doing that. But when we must one time before, I noticed you were, all of a sudden you were like, going like this more than you usually.
You're like, uh-oh, trying to think of what am I going to do now?
It just seems like he was trying to maybe get it back on the beat, and you just...
Not this time though, right?
No, not
Yeah, this time was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a whole 1:15 without any problems, I thought.
Except I really forgot my step there. That's why I improvised.
But that, you still did a pattern.
Right. I did a pattern, but I lost my train of thought.
And I like that you did it in a way, most people would be doing it that way anyway and just get stuck in that same area, but you did it until you got around to where you could do that twinkle, and then you came...
I was closer to the very than I wanted to be. Just kind of, maybe I shouldn't have done this.
And you'll have more space than this, right? Yeah. So, but you will have other people to deal with too. So, but it is good to practice. How do you get out if there is a problem? If you never had a problem during practice and then you went out and had a problem, you're like, wait, we never had that. So
every time they did a waltz, and they did quite a few yesterday. So we did quite a few rounds of our, more or less. Not to the right music, but
right. Yeah, you should request your song next week.
Play every other song.
And it has a nice start to it, right?
Yeah, because it's easy.
You can wait and go right on phrase with the music and everything.
She knows, we know, we're not counting one.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And, as long as they start, and they usually are pretty good about getting a nice start, and you're, set on the floor before it starts and all that. Yeah. So when you walk out onto the floor, since you haven't done one, we didn't talk about that for their cha-cha. When you walk out onto the floor, so usually the lady would be on this side. You walk her out. You find the spot that you want to start in. Let's say I want to start about right here is where you're. And you could either just stand here like this, or you could go ahead and then just get into position and wait for the music, which is probably the best choice. I mean, after you've done it for a while, you could stand here, and when you hear the music, you could step into it, but you don't really want to, just in case they started a little quicker, whatever you want to be set. But making that nice presentation where, you're walking her out, and you walk her over to the spot, wherever it is. You might not have to go around a corner like that. And then you get into position and wait for the music to start.
Okay, that's a good.
Yeah. Okay. Because you don't think about. And people walk out and they're like, and then we're already like, oh, okay, they don't look very confident.
We'll walk out to the floor and start the music,
And I'll get ready to start it here. Oops, sorry. Very good. Yeah. Yeah. Very good. And then at the end, once they fade the music, you could just kind of walk up the floor, or you could do a little bow.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's up to you. So I mean, you know, depending obviously where you are, you were doing this one. You could, you know, just do something like that, do a little bow, and walk off the floor.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Right, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And so obviously you don't know what pattern you're going to be doing when they fade the music. So I mean, if you were in your dance position here, and then they faded the music, you know, I can just let you go, and if depending on where the audience is, I can turn in the audience, and depending on where you're walking off. But this is always a nice way to walk off the floor, or hand in hand too. So we're here like this, little bow. I could just take your hand and walk you off the floor that way.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's kind of just preference of what you like.
We're looking at the coordination of how the people walked off and some people were skipping off.
Yeah, they were skipping off.
Off, not on. But on, the guys put their hands behind.
Yeah, one thing.
Yeah. So if I'm walking you, my little thing is falling off here. If I'm walking you this way, so my arm's not just dangling. I could put the hand here until I, you know, brought it out or something for the bow. You can see it just kind of makes it nice and neat, so it's not just kind of dangling here. Yeah. Yep. And then, like I said, either I can just offer you that, or offer you the hand, and off we go.
Okay.
So that's, you know, either one is fine.
Yeah.
Is there one you like better, or?
We'll figure something.
You do whatever.
Yeah.
It's good to just know ahead of time,
Yeah.
so you're not going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I like the curtsy and the bow.
Yep.
And then, how do you want to?
You like the arm in arm or hand in hand?
Probably arm, right? Yeah.
Arm.
Yeah. And usually, so if I do this with you one time, usually the lady comes out on the left-hand side. So let's say we're walking out to the floor. And so let's say you're going to bring me out to the starting position. So you walk me around.
Oh, yeah. That looks nice.
And then we're ready to start. So now we're dancing and the music ends. And let's say your audience is on this side. Or let's say, well, whatever side you want, I guess. So music ends. So you can just drop the hand down, bring me out to your side. Here. And then if I'm on this side, just turn your left side to me and either give me your hand, or excuse me, your right side to me, and either give me your hand or your arm, whichever one. So just offer me, okay, so here. And it'll be good if you know ahead of time, so you both are.
I kind of like that, right?
I like that.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Arm.
That's perfect.
So I don't know if I said that backwards. She's going to come out on your right side, usually. So usually the lady will come out on the right side. I might have said the left. It's the lady's left side, the man's right side. Come out. And right, you can walk her around till, now take this hand. This is the beginning, sorry. And then to here. Right, so when I'm walking out hand in hand this way, I like how you kind of circled me around until we get to here. Let that go, and then we get into position. And now it's the end. You can just bring me out to this side first, and let's say this is our audience, to here, and then offer me your arm then, and off we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Practice. Do we have time to do it?
Yep, because we started a little bit late.
So,
The whole thing, the walk on, and then wherever you are at the end.
okay, I'm going to keep the time right this time.
Yeah. Okay, let me get it in the right place. Okay, good. Go ahead and walk on. And they'll probably be, I don't know if they'll be announcing your name at this point or just all the people that are entered in this event. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. bow. There you go. Bow. So let's say the audience, and there's probably audiences on more than one side, so just pick whichever side you want, and off you go. Yeah. Yay!
We got my steps there.
That was still good though.
Just improvise whatever. But
Yeah, you, so you did that passing one as your second one instead of,
that's what threw me off. I didn't.
Yep.
Because actually I was going to go into the other one, and then for some reason I kind of lost my concentration.
and that's good though. You came back and you were able to pick up the other one, and then there was a slight little ending problem on that one. But, and you got, instead of going through, you got backwards, but it was just like one beat and you guys were back on again. You didn't lose timing or anything. So,
I don't remember what happened, all of a sudden.
Chances are we're going to mess up something.
I think you just got a little bit because he didn't do the regular order and you were kind of close down here.
Yeah, you were confused. You were saying, what the heck is he doing? You know, and I could see it in your eyes.
It's like,
But, and then just remember that nobody else knows for sure what you're going to do, right? And so if you do something out of order, no one knows that except you, so just kind of, to be able to go with it. Good. And that was a nice bow at the end, and then let him decide, even if you have to just kind of look and see where he's facing, and you can kind of bring her, so, you know, if I bring you over here, right, or you happen to be on that side, here, and if it happens that you're on this side already when the music fades, you can bow here and then just give you the arm there. Right? So you can get to that same, so you get to practice that a few times at home, right?
Yeah.
Practice bowing and, and like, here's your audience.
right.
And when the man bows, you can put the hand behind like that. You can walk her off, you know, in that position with the arm behind, or just down, you know, to your side where it's not just like dangling, but you know, you're you know, walking her off here. Whoop, here.
Sorry.
My hand's here, or just nicely to the side. Yeah. And I like how you walked her out like this, and let's see if I can walk her around until I get to the right position. So it doesn't look like we're like,
Groping.
right, you know, hurry up and get there, and
Okay.
So you look confident. So already the judges are starting to form an opinion, even though you try not to until you see, but you know, if you're walking out on the floor and you're walking out like this, you can just see, just holding the hand here or just going, right? Just holding the hand up looks like I'm presenting her, it looks like I'm more organized. If I have to bring her around, it's okay until I get into my position.
Make sure there's a point close to everything on the pro.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And same thing, we didn't go over that going on and off, but you guys have a little more experience with that because you've done all the Queen's things, right? That you have to go out on, right? So that'll be good experience for you, the Queen days.
Where is ready going to be, and it's no big deal.
It's fun, but it's more fun if you are prepared in a way that you can enjoy it. You're not
I did the best I could.
And I like that when you look at each other, like when you do that passing, that you're getting a nice smile.
No, we're working on making sure we look at each other and smile, because that makes a huge difference.